Hey, how's it going? Today I'm talking about the lie of strength training for RunDisney runners.
This is Running to the Castle, a podcast for injury-prone RunDisney runners on a journey to running magical miles. Join me, Dr. Allie, as I share the secrets I've gathered as a runner, doctor of physical therapy, and coach. You'll learn the exact ways I get my clients to the castle strong without feeling broken or held together with KT tape as they cross the finish line.
Okay, so today I'm talking about something, and it's going to ruffle a few feathers, but it needs to be said. If you're a slow runner or a back of the pack runner, not really a runner, or maybe you're injury prone, there's a good chance someone's told you you just need to strength train. And I want to tell you today, that's a lie. It's not an intentional lie. It's not malicious. I truly believe that the people who say this truly believe that it helps. But the idea that strength training is the fix for every running issue, that's what I want to challenge. Because for a lot of you listening, you've already added strength. You're doing squats, lunges, deadlifts. You've followed a plan. You're cross-training, and yet you're still in pain. You're still slowing down. You're still not getting the results you hoped for. So let's break that down. First, where does this advice come from? The idea is simple, and it's not wrong. Strong muscles support joints. Strong runners get injured less. Stronger glutes help stronger calves, better push off. It's true in theory, but here's what happens in reality. A runner is slow or in pain, and instead of getting curious about why, they're handed a generic strength plan and told, this will fix you. And when it doesn't, they blame themselves. If you're slow, it could be because you literally just started running. Or you're exhausted from running too much or too fast earlier in the week or last week. Maybe you're underfueling or you're dehydrated. Maybe you're sleep deprived. Maybe you're burnt out. Or maybe your body is telling you to back off and not push harder. And if you're injury prone, people often assume that means you're weak. But weakness isn't always the issue. Sometimes you're in pain because you're doing too much strength on top of an already tired body. Sometimes the problem isn't your muscles, it's your load management. Running through pain and adding goblet squats on top of that isn't a solution. It's just layering stress onto an already overloaded system. So here's some truth. Strength training can help prevent injuries. It can support your running when programmed correctly. But it's not a fix for pain. I will die on this hill. Strength exercises don't fix pain. If something hurts, the answer isn't strength training. Sometimes the answer's reduce mileage, pull back intensity, adjust your pacing, add a recovery or a deload week, eat more, sleep more hydration, do less. Take a hot Epsom salt bath, use some ice, use a hot pack, do some foam rolling, get a massage to work out some muscles. What you really need isn't more kettlebells. It's a full body audit, a big picture review of what's happening in your training, in your recovery, and in your life. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah came to me following a dopey season where she followed a free training plan. She ran 4 times a week. She strength trained twice a week. She foam rolled, she stretched, fueled properly, had great shoes, and her knees still hurt around mile 10. Her calves cramped up and her hips felt so tight. She thought maybe I'm just not strong enough. She added strength exercises. She did it for a month and it wasn't getting better. But when we looked at her plan, she was doing way too much, too many miles, too fast of a pace. She was hitting a PR every long run. If you've been listening, you know my feeling about PRs on long runs. Too many strength sets tacked on already long days or skipping rest days completely. So we pulled back, reduced mileage, adjusted her pacing, built in true deload weeks. If you've seen my free training plans, you have seen deload weeks are in there, and swapped out heavy lifting for light, medium, and heavy days. We did a variety. The result, she made it through all 4 dopey races like a whole new woman, and she had energy left to actually enjoy Disney. And I've seen this and I've heard this time and time again in physical therapy. Back when I was in the clinic, before I started my own business, my physical therapy business, my running coach business, I've seen it so many times. Someone has a worn out meniscus. The doctor says it's from running and that they're weak. The way to get better is to go to physical therapy to get stronger. And it's true, physical therapists will get you stronger. But that's not the first thing they do. If you've ever gone to physical therapy, what else do they do for you? They teach you how to offload the painful area. They give movements at the beginning of your whole program. They teach you warm-ups. They put heat on, ice on, e-stim on, show you how to work out muscle knots if they're causing the problem. It's usually not until a few weeks later that they give you things to do that actually look like traditional strength workouts. And that's on purpose, because when you have pain, you need to calm down the pain, teach the body that movement and activity isn't bad, test the waters with how much movement is enough to keep things mobile, but not so much that things get flared up again. Strength training helps you as a runner. It doesn't get rid of pain. You need something else to get rid of pain. And when you add strength exercises onto a painful area, especially if it's already overloaded, 80% of running injuries are caused by overload, overtraining. So if you're one of those 80%, which there's a high probability you are, then adding more stress in the form of strength exercises to an already painful or overloaded body, maybe it's not even pain, but you're noticing you're slowing down even more. That's another symptom that you're overloading your body. If you add more when you're already overloaded, you won't cure yourself. You are going to drive yourself into the ground and you're just going to get worse and worse and worse. It means either more pain, and have that pain be at other times. It can start happening at rest, going up and down the stairs, getting up from the couch, where you're feeling more and more pain more and more often, not just during a run. Or it means that you slow down. You're going even slower on your long runs. Your speed workouts feel like your legs are absolute lead. Those are signs that your body is doing too much or not recovering enough. Either way, it's an overload. So here's what I want you to take away. Strength exercises are part of the program, but they aren't the whole program. Pain doesn't mean you're weak, and being slow doesn't mean you need to grind harder. Instead of pushing more, ask, what's my body trying to tell me? Where am I overloading myself? What's my actual energy availability like this week? Am I recovering or am I just surviving? The answer isn't always more strength. It's almost always more strategy. This is the exact kind of assessment and individualization I do in Stronger, Faster, Finisher. We don't just throw a strength plan at pain. We step back, zoom out, look at what your body needs as a whole. Because getting stronger isn't just about lifting heavier. It's about training smarter. Registration for Stronger, Faster, Finisher opens June 26th. If you want this dopey to be different, if you want to finish all races faster, pain-free, and still have time to enjoy the parks after, I invite you to join. Stay tuned for June 26th when doors open. If you're feeling nervous about whether you can actually cross the finish line at Dopey, if you've been training hard but still wondering, will I really make it? I want you to know there's a better way. Stronger, Faster Finisher is built for runners just like you. The slow, injury prone, not really a runner runners who aren't chasing a podium. You're chasing a personal record in fun. You want those castle photos, those character stops, that pineapple cider at the finish line without feeling broken, defeated, or like you barely survived. Inside Stronger, Faster Finisher, you'll build your training smarter with the right mileage, the right pacing, and the right recovery. So you don't just survive Dopey, you'll finish it strong, proud, and smiling, exactly the way you imagined. As always, thanks so much for listening. That's all for now. Talk to you soon.